Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, how are you guys doing this morning? A little chilly with my air conditioner here this morning. I'm on a different camera. It's not my better camera. It didn't want to work this morning, so here I am. How are you doing this morning? Hey, Amby, how are you? What you working on this morning? Have you gotten your crochet back? Ow! I got my shot yesterday, and my arm hurts. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Good. I'm glad you're doing good. Yay. I have my AC on because it was warm in here. So you know what that means. Sometimes I end up getting bundled up because of that. But it keeps the house cool. Keeps me freezing. Keeps the house cool. Good morning, Jamie. Nobody's called me yet, but I'm sure somebody will try to sell me something and call that number. Ooh. So, everybody, the normal questions first thing in the morning. Well, I guess it's like almost lunchtime, but so what is in your cup and what is on your hook? Ooh, I'm going to show you what show you guys what I've been working on. Which, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen it already. Actually, I posted a picture of it on my community tab too. There's eventually going to be a pillowcase, but this is my foray into Tunisian. But that's what I have been working on this week. So, like I said, eventually it needs to be about double this size, and then that'll be one panel of the pillowcase. But you guys, I've been working with the Eco Brights yarn. That's what it is, this yarn. Look, you guys, I woke up late, so forgive me. But so I've been working with the Eco Brights yarn, and working with it, I don't know if you saw my post on the community tab, but it feels like working with your favorite old soft t-shirt. It just feels amazing. So just thought I would reiterate that. Thank you, Jamie. I'm glad you like it. Hi, David. How are you? Forward them to me. Yes, when telemarketers call. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Hand it to the nearest kid. Have them talk to him. Love it. Love it. It's weird. My stream is saying there's only 2 people in here, but I think there's more than 2 people in here. It looks like. So what you working on, David, Jamie, Liza, Amby? I am bringing up my questions over here on this screen. All right, I got that one. I think we did that one. All right, I think we're on this section. Sorry. Hi, Silver Fox. How are you doing? Hi, Deneen. So nice to see you. Liza's hoping to finish the crochet top for her niece today. Yay! I'll cross my fingers for you, too. Hello, Katrina. So nice to see you. David says, just now I'm doing a blue hat. Awesome. I feel guilty if I do a hat that is not blue, so I have to do 3 blue ones today. Oh, got you. Plus pattern stuff for Ravelry, Etsy, Rippler stuff. I need to like buckle down and focus on that. I got 2 patterns to write. Actually, 3. Hello, Vicky. So nice to see you. Working on a flag blanket from the Charmed Grammy. Awesome. Oh, yay. It's an affordably crafty raid. Yay. Or affordably geeky raid, actually, right? Woohoo. Ooh, George brought home succulent plants from Home Depot yesterday that is in a desperate need of care. Oh, okay. Oh, you're making flower pot sweaters. I love it. I love those. Hey, Barbara, how are you? I got your package sent off a little bit later in the week than I would have liked, but I noticed that when I send stuff overseas, though, Barbara, it takes a little while to get to you. So just a heads up on that. Crazy busy yarn sale is on its way. Cool. Hi, Julie. How are you? Hello, Lori. How are you? Okay. Well, you get the laundry going. I get it. You're used to it, right? I get. Yeah, I understand. I understand. So everybody just now coming in from the Affordably Geeky Raid. What is on your hook and what's in your cup? What have you been working on this week? Or if you've done several projects, what all have you gotten done? Ooh. Oh, awesome. So Barbara packed her mystery bags of hand-dyed yarn and they are now up for sale. So cool. On Etsy? Deneen says, you guys at Yarn Hookers have me hooked on Tunisian. Making a blanket using Bernat baby blanket tiny. Ooh, I bet you that's going to be gorgeous. What kind of stitch are you using, Deneen? Which one? Are you using like simple or knit or entrelac or honeycomb or... It's not a bathrobe. It's actually a blanket, and it's stars and moons. Yes, it's outer space theme. It's a blanket. So you guys, I don't know if you know, we only have one AC, and it's not central heat and air. It's actually a window unit. It's right next to me over here. So in the summertime, it's on full blast to reach the whole house. But I get cold sitting right next to it. So I end up bundled up half the time. And when I'm at work, it's funny. And you guys, I am on a different camera. Hi, Ginge. I am on a different camera today because mine all of a sudden pooped out. I guess it didn't want to work. But when I'm at work, I end up like this. I'm working like this. But I put away my shrug that I made, but I think I need to pull that out again. Making coffee for my cup with Italian creamer. Ooh, yummy. And baby socks on my hook. Oh, cute. And Silver Fox says, working on my sister's birthday blanket. Ooh, I have 12 days to finish it. Ooh, so how close are you? How far are you in? Are you like halfway, 2/3, 3/4? Nice, Barb. What phone did you get? My man's pulled me with a new phone, so I'm transferring data. Oh, that's awesome. I love that, Whisper. Yay. Yeah, what phone did you get? I'm looking at in a couple of weeks upgrading my iPhone. Just simple. Okay. It was hard, a little hard to see. Didn't want to make it complicated using an 8mm no curl. That's awesome. Love that. Wasn't that a great tip from Ben? I'm getting some curl on mine, which I'll show you guys again here because I know I had some new people come in. So what I've been working on this week, I haven't been able to get back to it in a couple of days, but I wanted to make sure I took the challenge for our Facebook, because I didn't want to not take the challenge. And anyway, this is my foray. So I'm doing entree lock, and I'm using a 6.5 millimeter, so I am getting a little bit of curl. But this is going to be a pillow cover, so I'm not too worried about that. But this is where I'm at with it, and I need to make it about double this size, and then that'll be one panel. And of course, I need to make 4 panels. 4 panels. But that is where I'm at on this, because I'm making a 20 by 20 is what I'm making. It's for a 20 by 20 pillow cover. 10 by 100 balls still to use of Aran on the blanket. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, Aran 100 gram. So that's probably what, about, if I'm right, that's about what, 300 yards? Oh goodness gracious. So you want to try and get through like a ball a day, huh? Oh, you guys, I have to show you. My mom sent me this video this morning. So she gets, around her house, she gets 3 black bears that come, and she's got bird feeders all over her house. Anyway, let me see if you guys can see this. There we go. All right. Let me see if you guys can see this. The glare is probably going to be too much. Do you see that? Do you see that? That's a black bear. There's another one right there. He's getting into her bird feeder. This is about 4 a.m. I guess they were disturbing her. So, and then there's, in this one, and it's a little, because of the glare, you might not be able to see it, but there's three black bears there. There we go. Anyway, that's, yeah, well, they're used to it. They get a lot of black bears, and she's used to it, and she has cameras all around the outside of her house, so she knows if they're outside, so she doesn't go outside or let her dog out. Hey, Ursula, so nice to see you. I have missed you, girl. I've missed you. Thanks, Ursula. So asking for some thummies. Thank you. But yeah, that was, she sent me that this morning about 4 a.m. They get into her bird feeders, so she was blaming it all on the squirrels, which the squirrels do steal from the bird feeders as well. There we go. For a change, I've got a normal Sunday, so I can make it. I am so glad that you have a normal Sunday. I have missed you. And Barbara's here, Barbara Regal Baker, and says hi from my little corner of Kentucky. Ooh, and Katrina says, oh, I got the Samsung A70. I think that's what we just got my husband not too long ago. And Ambi's been working on an Afghan. Her old phone had some issues. I get that. Oh, you know what? Actually, Barbara, I think that my husband actually got the 51. It was the Samsung A something. We got him. I'm an iPhone person, so. Or Saturday, not Sunday. It's Saturday. Sorry. So Barbara says, yikes, nope, I'm staying in my safe area. Well, she's used to, even the other place that she lived, it was in the same town. It would get bear activity. It was only one bear at a time. So, but these are 3, and she sent me a video last year of a mom coming through her. She has like a U driveway. So this mama bear was coming through her driveway, and then there was 3 little cubs with her. She thinks that these 3 bears are the 3 little cubs. So Thank you, Massey. Massey says, love from India. Thank you so much for being here. Um, and Barbara says, yeah, well, your Jessica is exactly like my Jessica, and she's admitting me. So not surprised, Ursula. So thank you so much for saying much love from India. I appreciate it. I don't need to know anymore. Thank you. Hi, Viviana. So nice to see you. Hello, hello, hello. So amazing. Okay, so I need to get started on my questions. But those of you who haven't told me what's on your hook yet, I want to know. I want to know. Okay. Do you hear that? Do you hear that, Jamie? Mm-hmm. Did I ask this last week? I don't know. It's always a good one to ask. And actually, I had this quote. Do I still have it? Yes, I still have it on my refrigerator. It's one of my favorite quotes. It's what would you do if you knew that you could not fail? Because I think the fear of failure holds us back from a lot. But what would you do if you knew that you could not fail? I'd say probably start an exercise regime for me. Start on that. Get that done. Go on a diet. Because, girl, I need that. Oh, a Tunisian honeycomb stitch practice swatch. Very cool. Love that. Barbara's making a huge grading square lap blanket for my son with the hand-dyed yarn. Awesome. I love it. So did you dye it especially for him? Oh, yay. Ursula got caught up on our temperature blanket. Yeah, I did that for like 3 months and then it was done. It was several years ago, but let me back it up. Oh, and now she started on a cardigan. Awesome. I love it. Deneen says, start a business. I understand that. Ursula says, ooh, sounds tempting. I'll have to think. See, Barbara, you and me, we're right there. I understand. Lose weight if I could not fail. Amby says so many things. Kay's in the house. She says, hey, y'all. Oh, that's awesome. Barbara says, no, he fell in love with it like several others. He picked the one the people on the lives named Mermaid Yarn. Awesome. Oh, so cool. I love that. Yeah, exactly. So Ursula says, yes, I'd go on an exercise and diet plan if I could not fail. And honestly, if I really pushed myself, I wouldn't fail. But it's not as fun as making YouTube videos or crocheting or, you know. Ooh, congratulations. Barbara lost a full clothing size. Yay. And Ursula says, ooh, mermaid yarn is so beautiful. It's so balanced, just enough pink, blue, and purplies. Love it. Ooh, that sounds gorgeous. I need to go see that. I will say on this camera, I look less pale. I'm still pale, but I look less pale. It might be the lighting. I feel a little orange. Let me see if I can make this a little bit less orange. That just made it brighter, but that's not a bad thing either. There we go. A little bit less orange. You guys, I got the sniffles again. Always with the sniffles. Always with the sniffles. Oh, okay. So I'm going to go check out your live on Friday. I'm going to watch your replay then. Hi, Carrie. So nice to see you. Hello, hello. Aw, thanks, Ursula. You're always awesome. Tell me I look just fine. Thank you. Wrapped up in my this is so I know, right? I'm a crocheter, but I don't wrap up in my crochet blankets. I really probably should, but these are the those super soft. I forget what they call this material. It's not felt. It's not flannel. I don't remember. Anyway, it says super soft material. And so that's why. That's why. Hi, OMG. She's saying hi to Ursula. That's right. Barbara says, I would also like to get the house and my life in order. Oh, you and me, girlfriend. Right. Everything in order. But I will. I have been I've been in disorder since my boyfriend's mom was sick, and then she passed, and his dad got sick and passed. That's a lot. You can take a minute. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. You can take a minute, Barbara. You can take a minute. It's okay. Because that is a lot. And then you had to clear out their house. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. Aw, thanks, Ginger. Ginger's like, you look gorgeous. Velour, I think that's it. Well, it feels velour. Yeah, Julie. It's just super duper soft. I always get blankets like this. I have like I think 4 or 5 around the house. So they're super duper warm and super duper soft, and that's what I end up using. Jamie says the inspirational quote in my fridge: "Be brave enough to suck at something new." That's cool. I like that. And it's a similar concept, Jamie. I think be brave enough to suck at something new, or what would you try if you knew that you could not fail? I love that. That's just keep trying. And and the thing is, in having the knowledge that you're not going to be perfect at something right away. Except for if you're me, because I'm just always perfect. No, I'm kidding. I'm so not. So not. Fleece. Yes, Kay. That's it. It's fleece. This is fleece. Thank you, Kay. I got behind. It says, "Ooh, we're headed for winter, and I'm starting to understand what you guys are saying. That you're fed up with winter and need some summer." I never got fed up with winter. If I'm being honest. I kind of love winter, so I get fed up with summer. I will be fed up with summer probably before June even starts. Because I am just, like I said, we got the one window unit. So in the evening, it starts to get too hot, and I have a hard time sleeping in the bedroom because it's down on one end. And yeah. I need to find a little like window unit to put in the bedroom. That's what I need to do. Maybe I'll make that a mission this month. So for over 4 years, our stuff just gets tossed wherever. I get it, Barbara. I get it. It's not easy. Not easy. Especially if it's just you guys dealing with everything. That's a lot. Lori says, that's a hard question, Mel. Yeah. Fear of failure isn't something that I experience. It's something else that keeps me from successful from successful in exercise and diet. Is it the amazing food and other stuff to do? And that's true. It's not fear of failure. It is. I enjoy foods that I should not eat. And I enjoy sitting on my butt and crocheting or editing videos instead of exercising. I need to make myself like go for walks and stuff. But actually outside, if I showed you my driveway, it's not easy for me just to go outside and go for a walk because our driveway is like that. It's just, anyway, that's just excuses, isn't it? Alrighty. People are saying hello, hi to everybody. And we need a lot more thumbs, please. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ursula. I appreciate it. Ambi says, I'd lose weight. I'd start a business. I have like 3 ideas. Finish my college degree. Get my entire house clean and organized. Learn to knit. I like that list. That's a pretty awesome list. I like that list. I don't know if it's micro fleece, but it's fleece. And it's comfy and cozy. And I love it. Yay. And Barbara says pretty much, and his parents were semi-hoarders. Okay, yeah, that makes that's so hard. It's like you almost want to just and this may work too. You know, if you can't afford it, but just rent a storage unit just to throw all that extra crap in and then go through it a little bit at a time. But that's not cheap to do that. So Ursula says, Barbara, one day when I've bought enough of your yarn, I might have enough leftovers to do a scrap blanket. That would be heaven. And yes, I do. I love your list. I love it, love it, love it. Ambi. All right. Let me. All right. So what is the next one? Ooh. What is your goal, like your big goal to have accomplished by the end of the decade? So by the end of the 2020s, what would you like to have had accomplished? I have so many goals. So for me, it's really just to continue to grow in this channel. So yeah, I want to continue to do that. I plan on retiring with this channel, like also still having this channel. You guys will see me on YouTube 25 years from now being like, Mel, I am kind of sick of you. Just kidding. Hopefully you won't be like that. And then I also want to move into a bigger place and have it completely paid off. Maybe not by the end of the decade, but close. And then there's a few other goals, but maybe those won't be by the end of the decade. But you guys, yeah. Ooh, I got to do my drawing today. Carrie's just listening and crocheting. Well, thank you for joining me and listening, Carrie. I appreciate it. Ooh, so Barbara says, get a degree in history, driving license, and organization skills for my house, and lose more weight. If I can do that without failing. Score. That would be awesome. Oh, the estate did buy a shipping container. Okay, that's good. That's awesome. Okay. So you can put everything in the shipping container. I like that. Ah, all right. And Ursula says, to be retired. That's a major goal within the decade. That is, I would love that. I have 2 decades. Yes, I want a separate room for my yarn and filming, etc. That would be one goal for sure. And that actually is something else I want to do when we buy a new house. If it doesn't have like an extra room, I want to have a spare bedroom in the house. We live in the mountains, so people want to visit, you know. Then I plan on making a she shed, and it's more like a little mini office / studio / yarn room. So that is where I am at. Hi, Rose Cottage. How are you? Hi. And I'm backing up and let's see. Barb, do you have hand-dyed tutorials on your channel? Oh, that's a good question, Julie. That would be awesome. Rose Cottage Studio says, my husband will join me in my retirement by then. Oh, that's nice. I love that. Praying happy and healthy. Jamie says, I have a question. Melanie, is 2x4s wood quadrupled in price where you live too? Ooh, instead of hoarding toilet paper, we should have been in stockpiling lumber. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I need to ask my husband because he actually works at that. Hey, honey. He's closed the door. I'm going to see if I can find that answer out from him. You know what we don't have barely any of anymore? Cat food, like wet cat food, canned food. There's like an aluminum. I'm having a hard time with that word. Aluminum store shortage, and we're yeah. The pandemic started. Okay. I asked him the question. That's why I was texting everybody. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. So Barbara says, I do not have tutorials, but there is a video that shows how Sven dyed yarn. Silver Fox says, no goals, never had goals, like go with the flow, see where life takes me. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could do that. I'd have to have some level of goals. But you live in a lovely area too. So I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I should go with the flow, but then sometimes I'm like, nope, I gotta have my goals. Gotta have them. And Julie says, I watched the Sven one. Hi, Divergent Crafter. How are you? And good morning. Good morning. So the last question that I asked was, what is your goal by the end of the decade? I don't know if y'all remember this. I actually don't even remember what my biggest dream was as a child, but it says, when you were a child, what was your biggest dream? Do you remember? I don't recall. I think my biggest dream was to have some hair band come and tell me that I was actually their kid and take me away from my home. I mean, ridiculous, but yeah, I'm a planner. I'm a planner. And I'm with you. So Ursula says, no going the flow here makes me too anxious. Got to have a plan, and that's where I'm at. Ursula, is if I start going the flow too much, I start to get really stressed out. And usually, actually, my stress gets exhibited in strange dreams. That's when I know that I'm really, really stressed, if I start having crazy dreams. Because I'm somebody who tends to suppress my stress and be stoic. So either, and then when I start having strange dreams, then I'm like, okay, I need to pinpoint where my stress level's at. Oh, Jamie says, we built a half pipe in the yard last year for the kids. That's awesome. Hey, I sent you a text. Do you see it? Has the I thought you were in the bedroom. Has the price of lumber like doubled since the pandemic? Yeah. Yep. It's Jamie. That's my husband saying it has. So last year for the kids cost me about $1,200 for the lumber. I priced it out again last night, and it would cost me $3,800 today, 14 months later. Oh my goodness! Wow, that's a huge jump. And it's funny because they were talking about Social Security, which Social Security is what here is when you retire, the government sends you money that you've been putting into your whole working life, and then they send you back some money. Anyway, they only increased the payments that they're giving out to people by 1%, but they were talking about how inflation has increased so much that 1% was laughable. So anyway, I just thought that was just interesting point where you're saying about the lumber, but that's crazy. Biggest dream was to be a teacher, so that never happened. Okay. Are you okay with that never happening, though? Hi, Susan. So nice to see you. Hello. If going with the flow is part of the plan, then it's fine. I like the way you think, Ursula. Love the way you think. Let's see. Hi, Granny D. So nice to see you. So Granny D is in the house, lurking in it. And, I'm backing up a little bit here. Vicky says, I don't have any goals, had many goals to accomplish when working. We had to make goals every month. Oh, that's cool. Since I retired in 2010, I have none. Just go day by day. That's nice. I think that's probably really, really nice. I don't know if I could go day by day. I'd have to have like something I wanted to accomplish within a set amount of time, whether by the end of the day or by the end of the month, and then you continually work on it. I feel like I would need to do that. Julie says, my dream was to immigrate to Australia. Ooh, I like that. But I somehow ended up in Canada. Don't ask. That's, like clear. If you could be on opposite ends of the world, that is kind of what you are. And DC, which says Divergent Crafter, we call her DC. My goals are to be a healthy weight and have a healthier mindset that is comfortable in being myself. That is probably one of the toughest things to learn as you get older, but it is easier to do as you get older. I don't know. I know that sounds crazy, but I know in my 20s, never comfortable with myself. Never, never. And then in my 30s, I got better. Now that I'm in my 40s, I'm like, bump it. I am who I am. Love it or leave it. I mean, not to say that I wouldn't have, they're not aspects of myself that I would like to improve upon, but you know, I am who I am. Love it or leave it. To finish that, to venture in learning how to better my crafts and skills as I begin to sell my crafts. That's awesome. I love that. Good luck with that. That's so cool. I tried to sell my crochet, and I was selling it. I was doing well at it, but the problem that I ran into was that it was what I would make would not sell. Somebody would like that item, but want it in a different color. And it was, I worked full time. So it just got to be too much. So I had to stop. Maybe I'll pick it up again when I retire, but that's not for like 20 years. Yeah. See, Vicky says in 2019, my Social Security went up a whole $1. Yeah. See, that's laughable. It really, really is quite not even. But you know, if you keep putting money in there anyway, I could get whiny, like irritated on that one. So I'll just have to stop. I'll just have to stop on that. I like my heat, Ursula, and Heavy likes the cold. So Canada won. Aw. My son was the building materials manager at Menards last year. He said it was crazy. It was a crazy busy year and supplies were depleted. So people had so much time to do DIY. And that makes sense. That makes sense. Because Lowe's, where my husband works, never, which is a like a home improvement store. If you're more familiar with Home Depot, it's a competitor to that. But anyway, yeah, it never died, and they were hiring the whole time, still desperate to hire people, but they never slowed down, not one bit. Ursa says, oh yes, I see what teachers have to put up with. I think it would not have lasted long. I might be doing life behind bars for killing a child. Oh my gosh, yes. Well, I mean, no, they don't. I was going to say, hopefully they teach this teachers, you know, some things for patience, but no, they don't teach that. They just teach you how to teach. Amby says, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher and I wanted to fall in love. Oh, that's sweet. I love that. Well, you're still young, aren't you, Amby? You're in your 20s, right? You have time to do all of that if you still want to. If you still want to. Yes, that's it. Granny G says, "Amen, Ursula," or more likely the parents of the child. Yeah, probably. I've been watching on TikTok a couple of teachers. They list like things they've heard in the classroom or this and that, and I'm like, gosh, I don't know if I would be so nice. And Lori says, I just lost it. I got to go back and find it. Lori says, they also had tons of contractors coming in and saying they were busier than ever. Non-DIY folks hired them to do stuff. Yeah, the non-DIY folks, because they were noticing all the stuff that was going on. Because I work in excuse me, my day job is in pest control, and we never slowed down either, because all of a sudden people were home and they saw all the critters that were at their house that they weren't seeing. So we got a lot more phone calls. But the non-DIY, yeah, those that could not DIY did. I know my mom was remodeling a house that whole time. Yeah, we didn't DIY anything, nor did we. Nor I picked up a YouTube channel. That's what I did. That's my new hobby. But I worked the whole time, so that like the whole pandemic did not affect us, other than if we wanted to go out and get something to eat or something. That's how we got affected. But you guys, I did get my first shot yesterday, and my arm is killing me, but I'm okay. So, yes. Okay. So Ursula agrees. Yes, it comes with maturing, being comfortable in your own skin. I wish I was like that at a younger age. Thank you. So, like, I wish I had that kind of mentality in my 20s that I do in my and that I now have in my 40s. So, but you know, it's just maturity. DC says, crochet is my hobby now, and I share love. I want to sell my refinished furniture. I do. Ooh, yes. I love watching people do that stuff. Refinished furniture. Yeah, see, so Ursula says, I don't like making anything on consignment. I would rather make stuff, and if you like it, buy it or leave it. Yes, thank you, Ursula. And that's where I ran into, that's why I stopped selling my stuff. That's okay, tech expert. I'm glad that you're here. And hi, Maribel. So nice to see you. And I keep looking. So my camera is right over here. So if you see me looking in this direction, I don't mean to be not looking at you guys in the eyes. But my normal camera's over there, but which is not working. You guys, I'm on my computer camera. So if I sound or look a little bit different, that's why. I'm using my built-in webcam. So because my other camera decided to go pooey on me or not work. I'll see if I can figure it out today. Oh, so you're in your 30s now, Ambies. You still have plenty of time. Barbara says, I have old classic furniture myself, Crystal. Ursula says, some kids don't get taught respect for elders at home, and they make life hell for teachers. Yes. Here by us especially, it is unbelievable. Yes, I would have such a hard time with that. There was this Angela Johnson. I don't know if you've ever watched her, but she's a comedian, and she was talking about which, if you guys are for or against spanking, this is funny, and I'm not purporting one or the other. It's just the way that she said it was funny. She has this little skit where she some other kid was misbehaving and really just acting badly, and she popped them on the butt, and she looked at the other parent. This is the whole skit. It's like, yeah, she looked at the other brother, was like, yeah, you're welcome. Anyway. I thought that was interesting. She did it much funnier. Look her up. She's hilarious. She's the one that does the nail salon joke. That's Angela Johnson, if anybody's seen that. That went viral. Yeah, Barbara says, yeah, I'm dreading that second shot. Yes, I'm getting that at the end of the month, and hopefully it doesn't knock me on my butt, because I'm getting it in the same weekend that we're having girls' weekend, but I needed to get it, so, you know, there's always a reason to put it off, and I didn't want to put it off anymore. Hey, honey, do you mind getting me more coffee? I'm sorry? For what? Oh, got you. Okay, I will. Oh, I see it. And you need to hear quickly because you want to stop before. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I gotta send my husband some money. Forgive me, life. You know, life. And you guys, I'm still have my drawing. I haven't even mentioned that yet, but I'm still have my drawing at the end of this live. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. All right. Forgive me, you guys. Sorry about this. All right, that's 10. It was Navy Federal. Navy Federal? Yeah. Okay. All right, let me catch up. I know I'm behind. So let me catch up. Oops. Hello, Angela. So nice to see you. I am so catching up here. I see your Barbara says, I if only I could be 18 with the knowledge I've got now. Ain't that the truth? And Ursula says, Maribel is my grandmother, my aunt, calls me Urs, so exo typo, but no problem. And DC says, yes, so agree. So agree. Jamie says, is this a thing yet? Watching people do home renos after watch how-to videos. LOL. We have a TV program called Canada's Worst Handyman. Oh my gosh. Outstanding mindless programming at its Canadian's best. I would love that. That sounds hilarious. And I love watching home renos. And DIYs and stuff. I can't on TikTok I watch some people do like DIYs, simple DIYs as well. Ooh, Barbara says new tea flavor here. Green tea with pink rose and raspberry. Tastes really good. That sounds amazing. I love green tea. That sounds really amazing. Thanks, Ursula. So Ursula says the camera I'm using is great. My laptop camera does not work well at all. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. Currently working on around the basis Afghan. Ooh, I have to look that up. And Tech Expert says, hi, everyone. I should change my username. What would you change your username to? I like the Tech Expert, if that's what you are. Also, Crochet. I'm a Sue. Ooh, Ambi has a question. Okay, shoot. Fire away, Ambi. Fire away. Yes, Ursula, you're so nice. You're such a welcomer. Says, that's no problem. What do we call you? I'm Ursula. G Gray Square. That's Ursula. Hi, David. Stepped away for a bit. What did I miss? You missed everything, David. The show's over. We're gone. And just you just missed some questions. I drink. It's not. I suppose it could be black. I don't put cream in it. But it does have sweetener in it. I like sweet coffee. So it has sweetener, it has sugar-free syrup, but I do not put cream in it. I have found that I drink a very weak cup of coffee because I drink it all day. I use my coffee is usually about half the strength of what I drink. And then I also, because it messes with my stomach, and I found that cream in it, it starts in my stomach too. So now sometimes if I'm feeling froggy, I do like to froth up some almond milk and toss it in there. For the most part, I have no milk in it. Hi, Christine. Christine's a first timer in the house. Everybody say hello to Christine Johnston or Johnstone. Fresh flavor, but because it's warm, it chases out the chill here right now. Ooh, I love that. I know mine's warm in my cold AC. Ooh, I love to cuddle up with a good cup of Joe. I love it, or tea, whatever. um, yeah, no creamer, no milk. I don't put that in my coffee. I answered that. Um, um, um. Oh, Amby says, what does beauty mean to you? Actually, I'm going to tell you, yeah, beauty is what Ursula says, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But I have found that I get more appealed to the imperfections than I do to the perfect. So I have found that the oddities, the strange things, the little pieces that just don't quite fit in. That anyway, I know that sounds a little esoteric, but that's I found as I get older, I like those differences. That's what I find the beauty in is the differences instead of the sameness. So Ursula says, "Beauty's in the eye of the beholder." My opinion. So what I like probably would not be what you like, and with some laughing, I don't know that I'm lactose intolerant. I may have developed that as I've gotten older, but I've always been a huge milk fan. But I actually have to stay away from milk because milk lactose, it's a sugar, so I've learned to stay away from it. But we have started getting almond milk. Honey, the refrigerator's still open. Um, the but we have started getting almond milk, which I have found that I really enjoy. So, and it does affect the stomach a little bit less. The older you get, the less your stomach can handle. It says I like strong. I kind of won't fall out of the cup when you turn it over. My husband and my mom love strong coffee like that. Here's okay. So some of y'all, especially those that like strong coffee, will be like, when I tell you this. But when we had right now, we have a Keurig Duo, so I get the pot and I drink out of the pot, and my husband makes the single cup because what's in a single K cup is too strong for me. So what we used to do when we just had the Keurig, he would make the first cup. He would make a cup out of the first drip out of the K cup. I would use his same K cup and brew again, and then that's what I would drink. So that's how weak I like my coffee.
She drinks it all day, though.
I do. I sip on it all day. So it's just something I got from my grandmother. And it's funny because I lived with my grandmother for 5 years. Not because I had to, I chose to. I lived with her in my early 20s. I wanted to move somewhere else, and living with her was convenient. Um, but she used to drink. She used to have a pot on all the time, and she would have what I would call tea coffee because you could see through the coffee. So that's why I always called it tea coffee. But now I drink the same tea coffee. I drink it too. So as much as I've made fun of her, I get it now, Grandma. I get it, Grandma. And DC says beauty is dependent on the subject for me, as I see beauty in most things in nature, but I see beauty in people and the type of spirit or personality they have, in crochet color and well executed stitch. Ooh, yes, that's beautifully said. I love it. All right, I love it. And I love, Amby, that you had a question there. I love that. It's my list of questions. All right. Mary says, my husband has looked at the value of some coins from our childhood memories boxes. He said, if I find out these are worth $1 million, ask your crochet cronies what you should get with it. Yarn room, yarn, hooks. Yeah, lots of buy your own yarn store. No, I wouldn't want to do that.
And $1,000,000, it's enough to buy like 2 skeins of yarn from our local yard shop.
No, that's not true. They were actually well, you did see, didn't you? Were you with me when I saw that they have like $8 skeins?
Yeah.
Or $8 hanks?
Yeah.
So it's just the hand-dyed stuff starts expensive. But yeah. Get a yarn studio. See, you and me, we're on the same page, Ursula. Studio. Woohoo! Marib loves strong coffee as well. My mom loves strong coffee. So, and my daughter enjoys coffee as well, but not me. I can't do it anymore. I used to drink stronger coffee, but no, I don't. I can't have it often, but chocolate almond milk is better than regular chocolate milk. I allow myself 1 cup about once a month. Ooh, that actually sounds amazing. Is it like pre-made chocolate almond milk, or is it like you put chocolate syrup in it and make it yourself? And Ursula says, I love, excuse me, I love strong coffee with creamer and sugar. Only 2 a day, though. Oh, yeah, no, I have like 4 or 5, sometimes 6. Like my daughter says, I drink it all day. And you guys, my nose is running again, so I'm sorry.
It's spring.
Yep, it's spring. What is normal to me, but others would find weird? Oh my gosh, what is normal to me? Like, this goes back to your beauty question. So, like, somebody with a huge gap in their teeth. I love that. I love the gap. I used to actually have one, and I think this goes back to throwback to my teens, because I've got a lot of space in my mouth, and sometimes you catch it where my lower teeth are crooked. But I have a lot of extra space in my mouth, and like I had braces as a child, and I used to have this huge gap right here and in between my front teeth. And but as a teen, I hated it, so I got braces to fix my teeth and all the stuff I had in my mouth. And of course, I didn't wear my retainer, so my bottom teeth floated back, but my top teeth stayed. That's just one thing that I can think of that's not necessarily a common thing that people think is beautiful. I don't know, if I think of things, I'll tell you. Like, what about baldness? I mean, what? That's not always considered good looking, but sometimes it can be distinguished in a man. You know, you see, as long as they wear it well. Like Patrick Stewart, wow, right? I always thought he was very handsome. Anyway, I digress.
It's 12 o'clock.
Where are we at? I'm looking at something here. Where are we at? I'm not looking at something. I'm trying to catch up. It's 12 o'clock, you guys. I do like coffee flavored water. You're so right. Caramel coffee flavored. And Jamie says, because I'm severely visual impaired, I see the beauty in people in a very different way. That is interesting. And that's a very good point, Jamie. The more a person is able to make me smile and laugh, the more beautiful they become. I love that. And that's the way everybody should be. Not necessarily visually impaired, but definitely have that frame of thinking. And actually, I have found that somebody that you may not have found attractive at the outset, if their person, bye honey, have a good day. If their personality is such that you can, I don't know, it's just it can make a personality can make a beautiful person ugly, or a traditionally beautiful person ugly, or a traditionally less beautiful person gorgeous. So yeah, I so love that answer, Jamie. I love it. And Ursula says, yes, Lori, agreeing with my coffee flavored water. And Liza says, and there's nothing wrong with how you drink your coffee, Mel. I drink mine half coffee and half creamer. Okay, so you like so you like some coffee flavored milk. Ooh, I love that, David. That's gorgeous. I've written and published essays about beauty as my connection to the divine. That's gorgeous. I'm learning so much about you. That's why I love doing this chat. And Vicky says, I don't like strong coffee either. I use 1 tablespoon to 4 cups of water. 1 tablespoon to 4 cups of water. I probably use less than that, but I have to look and see. I make 12 cups, and I'd use a scooper that's about that big, and I fill it up 3 times. So I don't know how much that is. I don't know the ratio. Oh, Maribel, her idea for the $1 million is project bags. Oh, yes, with the yarn in it. And Lori says, Ursula, I already have a yarn room and I am overwhelmed with yarn. So then let's go back to what Maribel says, project bags. Also an adding machine. I think that'll help get through some yarn, right? I've been looking. I would love to get an adding machine. Not in the cards right now, but I would love to get one. Thank you, Ursula. Ursula saying, need more thumbs up, please. Okay, and I'll find your channel, Tech Expert, because I know you're subbed to me. So I will make sure I find your channel and see what's up. Oh, pre-made almond breeze chocolate milk. Okay, see, I don't even look at that stuff because I can't. My daughter's probably noticed it. I have not, just because I can't. I really shouldn't have sugar. So I try not to, like, I try to have tunnel vision. Don't get me wrong. I still eat sugar, you guys. Don't even get it twisted. I still eat sugar. I like my hard candies and stuff like that, but I try to be as good as I can. Yeah, and Ursula says, yeah, I will. Do you crochet as well? And Lori says, Ursula's saying that to the Tech Expert. And Lori's saying, my kids want us to buy land and build 3 houses so we still live together, but not together. That's probably what I would do with $1 million. I love that. That is part of my 10-year plan. Yeah. My daughter she's 16 right now. So when we do move, I want to move to a place with enough land that she can pop a house up on. So I need to, from my understanding, I need to have at least 5 acres. So I need to find about 5 acres and have my house on a part of it and let her have part of it to put a house on. And then we even have adjoining fences so we can share pets too. So yeah, that's my thought as well. Ursula says, oh, I also like the gap in front teeth. I think it's so attractive, isn't it? I just I don't know. I just find if you have certain, and like even myself and my daughter does a little bit too, but I have a crooked jaw, or like, anyway, so my mouth is usually like I have a crooked smile sometimes, and I love that. And my daughter has
I have like a dislocated jaw.
Well, it's a little crooked, so we could correct it with orthodontia, but
it's kind of like I can pop it like 20 times in a row. It's weird.
Oh, that's just gross.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
But anyway, my daughter, she had kyphoscoliosis and scoliosis, so she had that, and she's had surgery for it. So it's a pretty big deal. A few years ago, it was a pretty serious surgery. But anyway. So even now, her back is not perfect. She's still what I call her. She's still a little twisted, and that's one of the things that I think is, it just adds to her personality, you know. So anyway, it adds to her look. It adds to her personality. She'll always be a little twisted. Hello, Sauce Container Garden. So nice to see you. I don't remember that song. Jamie says, remember the song, She Ain't Pretty, She Just Looks That Way? Oh, but I know what that means. It took me a hot minute, but I know what that means. Yes, she ain't pretty. She just looks that way. Yep. I do, Angela. I live in the North Carolina mountains. So you have family there. Oh, so cool. What town, Angela? And I'm catching up, you guys. Right? I agree. Lori says Patrick Stewart would look weird with hair. Wouldn't he? Can you imagine? Because he's like besties with, who's that dude that played Magneto? And Gandalf. He played Gandalf. You should know that one.
Oh, Ian something.
Yes, yes. So can you imagine having that head of hair on like Patrick Stewart? No. That wouldn't look right. And they're like besties. So oh, Ambi has a huge gap. Awesome. I love it. I love that you kept your gap. Oh, you love men with longer hair. I like longer hair, but I used to love it more or a while ago, and I less now.
I like men with longer hair. Because that makes them an elf.
David said, I once read a cute fiction story about a guy who was secretly attracted to a really geeky guy. Ooh, I love geeky guys. But something about how having other friends get to know and like the guy would make him less attractive. Huh. And Ursula says, yes, I agree with you for sure. Right on point about the personality makes you beautiful or ugly. Yes. All right. I'm so far behind, apparently, you guys. Definitely coffee flavored water. I will do a search for your channel, Tech Expert. And Ursula already has. There's so many. I thought you said you were. You said an adding machine. Yes, I'm that old. I hear words like adding machine. Yes, SAFs. So SAFs Container Garden says it's so hard to avoid sugar because it isn't everything. Absolutely. But I'm not right now because I went through a really stressful time and I eat my feelings. I'm going to tell you, I eat my feelings. But and I got to get back on track. But I went keto for a while and that was super duper successful to me because my body just doesn't process carbs which is really sugar. As well as other people. I'm not efficient my body's not efficient at processing that. So, and Saf's heard adding machine as well. No, Addie, ADDI. I would love an adding machine. Yes. So it would be nice to live close to my daughter. Yes. Well, and she's my only one. So I already told her that, if she moves out, she's got to have a room for me. Says Melanie, you mentioned you would love an adding machine. That could have been Ed McMahon on the phone. You missed your sweepstakes phone call. Isn't Ed McMahon dead? Not to make light of that, but I did miss my sweepstakes phone call probably. I doubt it was him. Oh, Lori says, so we probably need 8 acres or so. They have already named it the Armstrong Acres. I love it. And then you come up with like a logo, like A's. Oh, like the AA farm or the AA, anyway. That sounds painful to displace jaw. It's not really. It's just she has a crooked jaw like I do. So if Pina had a sister, she would have been the twisted sister. I love it. Yes, she would have been the twisted sister. Actually, they call this 1,100 square foot house the Armstrong Acres. You know what though? 1,100 square feet is awesome, I think. And then if everybody had like their own house, you would need much more than that because you're all right there. You just run in between houses. As long as you had a big like common area, where you can congregate. See, that's what's important. I'm living in 450, so 1,100 square feet sounds like a palace. Okay, so she says, Jamie says, Ambi, read the Northern Pikes. She ain't pretty. I think they're a Canadian band. Okay, cool. And Ambi said exactly the same thing. Okay, cool. DC says, almost all hard candies have sugar-free options. Yes, they do, which I have right here. But here's the thing, though, is they have sugar-free options, but they have sugar alcohol in it, and that actually drives up my glucose level as well. So I still have to be careful, even with the sugar-free, because of the sugar alcohol. And I also can't eat too much because the sugar alcohol affects my tummy. I know, right? Everything affects my tummy. Not really. I've learned as I get older certain things. But you are. Yes, exactly. So see, DC, yeah, you were saying that just don't eat too much if you do clear your schedule. Exactly. Because you're gonna be running to the bathroom. But it still drives up my glucose. It still drives that up. Oh, so you got a sister in Maggie Valley, which this I bought this at my local yarn shop the other week, which I think that's Maggie Valley, but I'm not sure. But it's created by somebody in Maggie Valley. Oh, it's upside down. See, it says made with love in Maggie Valley, which I consider that still, close enough to be home, right? And then cousin in Dillsboro. Okay, so Dillsboro is right down the road from me. I live in Franklin. So, yeah, and we go eat at the Dillsboro house every once in a while, not too often, because it is expensive and it's a lot of food. But yeah, we love that. And oh, and Uncle's in Silva. So Silva's right next to us. Oh my gosh, you've got all this family over here. Yeah, so that's right next to us. That's like the next town over. And sometimes I'll go to the Silva Dollar Tree to see if they have something different than my Dollar Tree. David says, speaking of adding machines, I have used a 10 key by touch on my resume. I used to have 10 key by touch on my resume. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I love that. Hair. Oh my god. Jamie says, oh my god, Melanie, I saw guys in their 20s last week and they all had mullets. Seriously, they have mullets. I heard that was coming back in style. That's crazy talk. Oh my gosh, you guys, I need to find this picture of me. I look like a man. I'm serious. I had a mullet. This is me in middle school. And I had this, like, because I have such thick hair, I had this close cut. And and then I think it was permed in the back. Oh my god, it was horrible. And then I was wearing this sweatshirt, and the only reason why you could tell that I might be female was that it had like pastel colors on it. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can find that picture one of these days. I think it's actually in storage in our bedroom, but yeah, it's hilarious. I need to take a picture of that and share. Jamie says, I think you've been in quarantine so long that time went backwards. And now they have the mullets again. And you want to sing Achy Breaky Hearts. Oh my gosh, what movie could you watch any day, anytime? Oh, that's so good, Ambi. Ambi's asking the questions now. Ambi, the movie, there's so many. I love movies, you guys. I love movies. So right now, I was just telling my girls, the yarn hookers, I texted them last night that I was about to sit down and start watching the MCU in chronological order again for like the third or fourth time. Yeah. So, but also on that list of movies that I could just turn on and just love, The Crow. I love The Crow. It has an amazing soundtrack. And then Practical Magic. I love the sisterhood in that. I love the relationship between the characters that of Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. That's another one that I absolutely love. Harry Potter, but I sometimes, if I've watched it recently, I need to give it a little bit of time. And this may polarize you guys, but I love the Twilight movies and the books. So that's another one. Anyway, I went a little off on that one. What do those kids say these days? I popped off on that. Oh, and Barbara's playing with her new phone, which is always fun. I love that. Oh, that's a good one too. The Equalizer with Denzel Washington. Did you see CBS has a show and it has I need to watch. I watched a couple of episodes and it's not that bad, but I need to really get into it and start to love the characters. And it has Queen Latifah as the Equalizer. Have you seen that, Ursula? I think I'm like way far behind you guys. No, I'm not that bad. Okay. Yes, Silver Dollar Tree. Yes. You guys, I am a little bit more far behind. If I won a huge jackpot, I would move out of my sister's house and get one of my own nearby. We sort of need each other. Oh, that's kind of sweet. I love that. I love it. And then Ursula says, David, it's great that you and your sister get along, though. Not all siblings do, for sure. True enough. Me and my sister get along, but we don't have that super duper close, our super duper close relationship. But that's okay. We have a great relationship. It's just not like it's not one of those where I have to talk to her every day or anything like that. We just text each other and then we see each other about twice a year and we're good. So, but it's still a great relationship. I used to work for her, actually. I had a much better time working for her than I did for my mom. My mom and I are too much alike, so that caused some issues. It's like my daughter working for me. Yeah. Not good. Not good. Barbara says we have 3,400 usable square feet house with over 12 acres of land. Plus, we have to maintain the estate land. I don't know that I could do that. That would be a little too much for me. But you probably have help, right, Barbara? And do you have more than one family on the land? Maribel says, I own a 2-family home and my sister lives on the first floor. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. That's what you could do, David. Lori says 1,100 square feet for my 5 grown people. Okay, that's a little small for 5 grown people. And my yarn craft hobby, my son's fish tanks, and my husband's other son's 4 TV sets set up for watching sports. Future daughter-in-law clothes collection, not palatial at all. No, I wouldn't imagine not. Oh my gosh, that is a lot in one home. We have 3, so we have a teenager and two adults in our little 450 square foot. I have my wall of yarn, and it's this huge pile of yarn, which you can kind of see right there. It's all in bags. It's not neatly placed. I got to figure out a different system because what I'm doing is not the best way, and the cats knock it down half the time. My tower of yarn. And I just ordered more yarn. So I just ordered more yarn. Silver Dollar Tree. Yes. Yeah, actually, it's funny because it sounds like Silver Dollar Tree. Everything's 50 cents. DC says, not just mullets, but also these weird whole face sunglasses that are polarized with a mullet that is like seeing my childhood adults in high school. Oh my gosh, this is giant. Those huge. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Ambi says, I love Practical Magic. Isn't it? It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I love that movie. And it also has a good soundtrack too. Not as awesome as the Crow soundtrack, but still a good soundtrack. You know that another one that has a really good soundtrack, and it's a movie that has more of a cult following now. I really enjoyed it. Actually, I need to see if I can find it. But Cool World. It has Brad Pitt in it. I forget who else is in it. I just remember Brad Pitt's in it. But it's like a crossover of like a cartoon, a cartoon and like real life. And I know that people think Roger Rabbit when you say something like that, but it was a lot more. I don't know. It was a little more not as glossy as Roger Rabbit. Anyway, I really enjoyed it, and oh my gosh, Brad Pitt was so young and so gorgeous in this movie. Jamie says, no, Melanie, I will never be in quarantine long enough that I would start using my achy breaky start seeing achy breaky here. Nope. Oh my god. And DC says The Crow is a go-to movie for me too. I know. Oh, and it breaks your heart because Brandon Lee gone so young. I mean, that was his only like movie because he died during the filming of that movie. Hi, Lacey. Lacey, say hi, guys. What are you talking about? Right now, we're talking about like your go-to. You can watch anytime, anywhere. It doesn't matter movie. Your go-to movie. It's a question that Ambi had. Lori says, David, I almost failed business machine class for doing so badly on the 10 key by touch until I redeemed myself in the mimeograph unit because it didn't make me high. Oh, David says his movie's All That Jazz and Affair to Remember, all versions, and The Muppet Movie. The Muppet Movie. I love that. That says so much about you, David. Those 3 choices say so much about you, and it just means that you just are an amazing character. And Ursula says, yes, I saw the trailer and she looks so cool. And I don't even remember what you're talking about now. What are you talking about now? I don't remember. Oh, you'll have to remind me, Ursula. I'm so sorry. Don't you dare tell anyone I was sweet. I will deny it. David says that. Lies. I love Disney movies, and you've got mail. Oh, Disney movies. Yes, yes. You know my favorite Disney movie? My daughter can probably yell it out here. It's not Frozen. I'm going to tell you that. It's not Frozen. Rowan. Peanut. Come out here, poke your head out, and yell out what my favorite Disney movie is.
Moana!
Yes, it's Moana. I love Moana.
She sings to every song.
Heck yes. Sing it out. Mm-hmm. And Ursula says, I agrees with you, Ambi. I love You've Got Mail. Oh, just you and the boyfriend taking care of that whole estate? Oh, goodness. You guys stay busy then. You must stay busy. And Angie says, I love the mountain. If I could talk my kids into moving there, I'd move back home in a heartbeat. But I try to visit every 4 to 5 months. Yeah. I would visit here because my mom had a place up here. So she didn't stay in here all the time. So we would come up to her cabin up here and visit up here. And I just realized that this is my happy place. Living in the mountains is my happy place. I am not a beach girl. I don't like the sand. I don't like the heat. So I found out that I'm a mountain girl. I love it. So yeah, here I am. We ended up here a little while ago. Yeah, and haven't looked back since. And if I do move out of this town that I'm in, I will still be in the mountains. If anything, I would move a little bit further north to closer to the foothills, like in Tennessee. I like the Tennessee foothills better than the South Carolina or the North Carolina foothills. I like the views better. But yeah, I love it here. I won't move away from here. Barbara says, and the zoo, cats, dogs, fish, birds, and lots of wild animals that visit. Ooh, that go to IKEA, those cute shelves inserts. And I was thinking about that. Jamie. Yes. I was thinking about seeing if there was some way that I could. I don't have much room on that wall, but I still think I could fit like the cubes and like it would cover a window that's on that wall and a window that we were thinking about using to make a catio. So, see, that wall also shares, like, the cat tree is over there too. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. To store the yarn on the wall. Yes, I knew what you meant, Jamie, and I'm behind again. Well, I'm always behind you guys. See, name the women, wonderful life. Those are still some movies that he loves. DC says, my childhood heroes were Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, a huge tomboy. Oh, those are amazing heroes, though. If you're going to have heroes, have badass heroes. Grease, yes, I love Grease. That's a great one. I love that movie. That's another one I sing along to, but I don't watch it as much as I watch Moana. And Ursula says, oh, I love Chuck Norris and Walker, Texas Ranger. Yes, not everyone loves him, but I did. My soundtrack is from the movie with Michael Keaton. Yes, it's a great soundtrack, actually. The one did. Yes, that is an amazing, amazing soundtrack. That is actually a great movie. Lacey says, I just watched Shrek for the millionth time the night before last. So that's one at least. That's actually, I love that movie too. Oh, the new Equalizer show. Yes, it's actually a series. It's a series. But okay, thank you. I'm so sorry. I totally spaced on that. So forgive me. Or I also like the music from Shrek and live action Scooby-Doo. I trying to remember the music from live action Scooby-Doo, but yes, the music for Shrek is good. LOL, that was my mom's favorite series. Remember Bed Number 6? Yes, Bed Number 6. Yes, I remember that. Which with the legendary Elsa Lanchester. I don't remember who was in that, but I remember that. Abby says, I love Moana. Isn't that amazing? It's my favorite Disney movie. Now, like Frozen is second, I think, but Moana is number one. And then my other, but it's not really Disney. But I think Disney owns it now. Is Brave. Okay, guys, I need to catch up here. Me too, Forever Mountain Girls. Yes! Me and you, Angela. Me and you. And Barbara's back. I have dinner in the works, and the men are watching some race. Oh, okay. What you having for dinner, Barbara? Do you have chills? Are they indeed electrifying? David said that. You're so funny. What did you get from Burger King, Ursula? I love their chicken sandwiches. I actually love their chicken sandwiches too. If the Armstrong Acres could have moving water like ocean, Great Lake, or a nice river, yes, a nice river. And that's actually something I'm looking for too. Property we get acres is to have at least a creek on it, which is not too hard around here. So I would love to have that. But so Lori continues, perfect view of the mountains would be. I think I'm describing perhaps. There's also on the North Carolina side of no South Carolina. There's some amazing lakes like in Seneca, where you can be on a lake and you have mountain views. So that you could be describing South Carolina as well. You guys, I'm going to tell you because I haven't done this yet, and we are like an hour and a half in already. Well, it's not really a show. I don't think of it as a show. It's more of a chat. But I have a giveaway that I'm going to be doing, announcing the winner at the end of this live chat. But you get to choose from a few things, and I did not get a chance to pick up stuff to add to the list this week. I am going to in a couple weeks. So it's still the same stuff that I've been giving away, what's left of it, that I've been giving away for the past several weeks. And yes, if you're an international, I will send it internationally as well. So there we go. I think I got everything. Okay, so your choices. So I'm going to have this drawing at the end. You need to be actively chatting within 5 minutes of me doing the drawing, which I need to make sure I bring that up because for some reason, if I don't bring up Nightbot while I am on, then I have to wait and then. But anyway, so you guys have to have been active within the last 5 minutes of the drawing, and There we go. I just need to make sure it registers. All right. Let me go back. Where am I at? Here we are. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. Hi, Gina. How are you? So, okay, at the end, I'm gonna do, which I will probably end within like 30 minutes or so. So I will do a drawing, and you can choose from one of the following. So, these 3 buttons. Those are wooden buttons. They're organic, whatever that means for buttons. I don't know if they're really wooden or if there's something else. No, it's wood. It's wood. Those are wood. All right, and then cow buttons with tractors, and then unicorn buttons, and a big, huge wood-looking button, square button, and then a series of sewing notions, but these are buttons.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Siri, always getting in my business. Always getting in my business.
I'm not sure I understand.
And then a gauge tool. The gauge measuring tool, and then this tassel. So that's what you guys have to choose from. So that'll be in roughly about 30 minutes. I'm going to do the drawing, and you can pick one of those. Yes, great for shawl. Exactly. That's why I picked the big button. I know it's only one versus all these other little ones, but it's good to have a large button available. Lacey says, I'm trying to figure out what I want to make for dinner tonight. Thanks. I'm glad you like those buttons, Viviana. I'm going to go pick up some more in a couple weeks to the choices. Jen, so nice to see you. Hello. And Seth says, I'm a total crochet newbie and making a daisy grading square for a bag. Oh, that sounds fun. If you aren't part of my group, Hooked to the Left Facebook community, which should be linked down below, or even the Yarn Hookers group, then please join us if you're on Facebook and share your project when you're finished with it. We love to see that. So please, please, please join us. Aren't the tractor buttons cute with the cows? Hi, Emmy. So nice to see you. Hello. Hello. Oh, and you guys, I did want to mention today that I know I haven't responded to all of the comments well on my giveaway videos. I end up not responding to heart and the comments, but I end up responding to all of them, most of them, because it's a lot that comes in pretty quickly. But anyway, you guys have given me some amazing ideas. Some of them I will be able to do. Some of them will be down the road as I get better as a crocheter, but definitely, I see that you guys want to get some more. Well, thank you for watching the ads, Emmy. I appreciate it. But I see that you guys want some more tutorials, so I need to get back on that. They are a little bit harder to make, so that's the reason why I go so far in between tutorials. Now, I have my stitch tutorials, which are a little bit easier, but a full project is a lot more encompassing to make because you've got to make the project. You've got to make it 2 to 3 times, at least 2 times before you start the tutorial, and then you make it the 3rd time for the tutorial. So it's just one of those things. No big deal. I just need to buckle down and get that done. But so those will be coming out. Just as far as what the tutorials will be of, it'll be many different things. And I got requests for many different things. And I will do my best to try and have a good variation for you guys. A baby blanket would be great, or even a regular size blanket. Yes, I do have the grading square baby blanket tutorial in 3 parts. But I would like to do something, create a baby blanket that is more of a quick, the back and forth row making, because those tend to be a little bit, I think, easier, especially if you do a beginner stitch, a little bit easier to do than learning how to sew together grading squares, which is relatively easy, but it can be daunting, especially weaving in all those ends and stuff like that. Alpaca direct ad, that's awesome. Yay, Viviana. Yeah, I have some tutorials, and I am definitely going to be doing another bookmark tutorial. So that is definitely in the plans. Along with, I have a hanging basket that I made, but I got to make the pattern first. I got to write the pattern first, and then I'll make the tutorial down the road. So I have a hanging basket made out of cotton. And then I still have my cat bed. I've got to get that one out too. That cat bed has been the bane of my existence because it wasn't working out the way I wanted it to. And so I had to kind of revisit it. Oh, Liza. Oh, that's so awesome. So Liza has to leave. Her daughter wants to take her out for advanced Mother's Day celebration. I love that. I hope I will be back in time for this afternoon's live. Hugs back at you, Liza, and I hope we see you too. Yeah, Angela says I wouldn't be a better crocheter. Don't we all? There's always room for improvement. Lacey says, does anyone have suggestions on what I should make with a 100-gram skein of DK weight striped hand dyed? I want to use it so bad on a hat, but do you think I have enough for that? How many yards or meters is it, Lacey? I'm bad at understanding what 100 grams. You might actually have enough in DK weight at 100 grams. You might actually have enough for a hat. Ooh, DC says, would love a tutorial on motif squares. I like that. Okay, Ambi, go back to sleep. Okay, I understand. Jamie, you hear that? Not answering it. Even if it is Ed McMahon calling from the grave. And if you use a variegated or ombre, then the yarn does the work for you. If you use a simple stitch, yes. Yeah, so Ursula, I'm backing up. I'm reading kind of backwards. So Ursula's saying, absolutely, tutorials are harder. They are. It's just a lot. It's very time consuming, and I do work full time. So actually, a little bit over full time. I work about 50 to 60 hours a week, especially this time of year. It's our busy time of year. Ooh, DC relocated outside to get some vitamin D. Am I getting vitamin D with you? Alrighty, I'm going to go back down. Oh, so David says my hugs and kisses have my work for 200 grams or 100 grams, he meant. So that might work. So you want to check that out. What's the difference between a motif and a granny square? So a granny square will have that shell, chain, and then you get in a quarter and you do shell, 2 chains, shell. So that's a grading square, and it would be a variation of that kind of double crochet shell type of thing. When you start to get in motifs, then you're going to be looking at more intricate where you can. Oh gosh, you know what? I'm going to be right back. You know what? I have. Hang on. It might be in this stitch book here. Some motifs. So bear with me, you guys. I actually have a book over there of motifs. But I think that there is a chapter of motifs in here. Which you guys, I did a thing on this, but I love this stitch guide just to learn the different stitches and stuff. There we go. It doesn't. Okay, so according to this book, but I have seen some other motifs. So these are squares, and they call these motifs. So squares, motifs, and see these are hexagons and stuff like that. But I actually have seen some very intricate, like mandala motifs. That's what I picture whenever somebody says a motif to me. I'm going to be off camera for just a moment because I do have another book. Macy's Keens is pretty awesome. Yeah, work does get in the way all the time. Worst case scenario, I'd have to buy some more Mesa Skeins yarn. I can live with that, right? But I do think 100 grams and a DK weight would work. Come on, move, bud. Minna, move up. They lay right next to me. So I'm going to be right back, you guys. Move. Watch out, pup. Watch out, puppy. Or just stay right there and ignore me. That's fine, too. All right. So I got my other book, you guys. All right, let me put this back up. So this is, and I haven't reviewed this one on my channel yet, but I need to. So this is Crochet, Beyond the Square Crochet Motifs. And so they have circles and stuff. I was going to see if they have like an index showing a bunch of. So I'm just going to flip through it real quick. Not all of it, but like, let's see. Okay, I don't want to get too close because I don't want to give away the patterns, but this gives you an idea. Like here's some flowers on top of, see, I would see that that's a flower on top of a granny square. So just the different motifs. So does that help understanding the difference between seeing these? Ooh, that's pretty. That would make a pretty shawl. Ooh, that would make a very pretty shawl. And you guys can't see it, but in the middle, there's like a flower. And doing a join as you go on that, I think that would make a really pretty shawl, you guys. Anyway, so that gives you an idea. I'm not going to go through the whole book, but that is Crochet Motifs. And yeah, I need to do a review on that one. Whew. Okay, cool. I'm glad that helps, Sass. Yay, I'm glad. Thank you. That's so funny. So Ursula said, which book? Did you use this book or was it the other book? Ursula, that you made the circle shawl motif from the motif on page 43. Which book was that? I'm curious. Ursula, would you recommend the book you were talking about? What is it called? Wait. I got to back up here because I've got that book as well. Love it. Yes, I remember you asking me about this book. So I think you're talking about this book, right? Hubs told me we have to pay to play, work required. Yes. Ursula, I think retirement will be grand. I'm a little bit I missed some stuff, so all right, let me get back. So that's pretty. Yes, they're pretty. Baby Mel should have answered the phone. Ed McMahon called. Yes. Jamie hates it when I answer the phone, and she told me I probably missed my sweepstakes, my opportunity to win a sweepstakes because he was probably calling me. I need that book. This book I'm talking about, Beyond the Square. Oh, this one. Okay. Now, you guys, for a beginner, people just getting into it. Now, if you know that this is going to be a hobby that you love, I can't recommend this one enough. This is a really, really amazing book. And I know I've gone off track from my questions, you guys, so hopefully you don't mind. But hey, we're talking crochet. But I love this book for learning the different stitches and stuff. But I will tell you here, which I find funny. So there's a stitch in here that they call the rope stitch. But you'll find that is the same as the V-stitch. And then they also have this one. It's called the woven stitch. And I have it written in here. That is also known as the moss stitch, the linen stitch, or the granite stitch. But anyway, So page 43, I'm going to look at page 43 in this one, and we'll see what motif is in here. Hey, I'm at, where am I at? 43. Oh, okay. 60, 48, 46. I see, I got to look at this, page 40. And I love too here in these motifs that they do the diagrams as well as the written out pattern. Oh, okay. This is pretty. I love this. So this is the motif that Ursula's talking about. But this one thing I do like is they do the diagram as well as the written pattern. And they also describe special stitches here too. I like that. I like that a lot. See, I haven't really dug into this one yet. I need to retire so I can do more stuff like that. I will definitely do that, Lori. I will link to both of these in the description. Both of these, but this one I can't recommend highly enough. And what I've seen of this one, I haven't looked at it in depthly. I really like this one too. So, but yeah, I'll link them both, and they're both very, very affordable. I think this one here, I think it was like $13, and it's hardcover. And I love, you guys, I love this one, and I'm not trying to just push stuff, but I love this one so much that my dogs chewed it up, and I replaced it within 24 hours. I ordered another one. That's how much I love this book. Anyway. But yeah, Lori, I will definitely put some links in the description down below. Absolutely. And Ursula saying yes, and I don't know what to. I'm so bad. Because I was going off about the book, so I wasn't paying attention to the chat, you guys. I know. I'm sorry. Lacey says, Ursula, I have to see your poncho. I've been slacking so bad on YouTube lately. I love it when they put in charts or graphs. Yes, I think that's so cool because that's just as important for people. And I wish I could make charts. I just don't know how to make charts. So Emmy says, hence you should answer the phone. And Jamie would agree with you, Emmy. Yeah, if I remember right, I think it was only like $13. And they're very, very reasonable. That's US dollars, you guys. But yeah, they're very, very reasonable. And I agree with you, Ursula. I love the spiral spine. Once you get it broken in, it'll lay flat for you. That's the one thing about the spiral spine that I like, is it lays flat. And you can't see because it's down. See a little bit of my mess of a desk, but it just lays flat. So you don't have to worry about putting some weight on one side if you're following a pattern in there, which you have to do sometimes with books, crochet books. Oh, so DC Divergent Crafter, which I love that, by the way. It makes me think of the Divergent series. Says, I am drawn to motifs. They are beautiful. Susan says, Ursula, when are your lives? You have several lives, and she has them in the morning. She's an early morning, but she's in Africa, East Africa, I think. Mondays and Fridays. Now, I think one of them is not that early, but it's still, I know one of them is very early in the morning. Karen, hi Karen, how are you? Karen says, hi everyone, just got here because I had to check on my sister-in-law. Hope you guys are all doing great. I'm doing great, but how is your sister-in-law? Is she doing good? Oh, I'm starting a new calendar with just crochet lives. Ooh, I love that, Susan. Yes, I love lives. I wish I could go to more, and I try to get to some, but usually I'm at work. So I love lives. I just got the Happy Hooker. I need to look that up. Maribel, so funny. Maribel says that calendar's going to be full. Yes, we got a lot. So there's Granny D. She does usually like 5 p.m. Like every day. at least every weekday. She does 5 p.m. Saturdays are jam-packed with people. So I know in the morning it goes from Kim to me, then after me, I don't know who does, Reggie sometimes does some, J Hook Crochet sometimes has some after me. And then after that, then you have Alicia's. What is her channel name? And I watch her all the time, but why do I always blank on this? But Alicia, she's got a big channel. She's got like 100 and some odd thousand subscribers. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Got you. And then Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. Okay, so then there's Granny D Saturday at 3 p.m. after Alicia's. Why can't I think of Alicia's channel name? And then we have the Yarn Hookers, which rotates at 5 p.m. and that rotates between me, Yarn Geek, and Whippy Chick. And then and Yarn Geek actually has one on Fridays as well, where she talks about what's coming up that weekend. Little John's Yarns, yes, she's usually at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And Connie with Just Another Stitch also does it at that same time. So it's my calendar's on March. Oh my gosh, you guys, I haven't even been doing the birthdays like I should be doing. Yes, it's on March. I should be on April, and actually now we're on May, and I missed all these birthdays. Well, I knew about Ginger's. And Jen, you had an April birthday, and I didn't say happy birthday to you, Jen. I'm so sorry. Jen's birthday, happy belated birthday, Jen, was April 17th. Oh my gosh, I've been so bad about that. All right, so there's no May 1st birthdays, but coming up is Kathleen Woods. I have less birthdays in May. All right, let me put that on May now. There we go. Yes, you had a birthday, and I didn't say happy birthday. It was even on a Saturday. We should have had balloons and stuff for you. Always hearing about calendars. Wondering if anyone has thought of doing a crochet along calendar. There is one actually on that you can buy on. I forget who makes it. But it's kind of a crochet along calendar. Like it has a different pattern for each month. But yes, there is a wall calendar that's got like a different pattern for each month. I know Pam with Pamela's Adoring Crochet has talked about it. And she's actually done a lot of the stuff on it. But there is one that was created. It's pretty cool. If I can find it, I'll link that in the description box down below too. Hopefully they'll make another one next year. The thumbnail has both our faces on it. That was a while back already, Ursula. My daughter has a birthday May 4th. Ooh, that's Maribel, and I do after Mother's Day. Oh wow, so you got a lot going on in May, huh, Maribel? Seta is doing one, yes, and I think Seta does one every year. You're right, Jen. You're right. Happy birthday, Brickles. Barbara says, Ursula says, Barbara, I'll check it out. And I saw the calendar. It is so colorful. Yes, the actual physical calendar that has a crochet along. It's very colorful. I need to find it, and then I'll put it on there. May is the silence before the storm. Our June is jam-packed with birthdays, Barbara says. Oh, that's funny. I wish I had that calendar. I ordered an Afghan one from Hirschers. That's cool. I didn't know Hirschers had an Afghan calendar like that. That's cool. I don't know that I could do that though. You guys, if you've been with me long enough, I start a lot of blankets and I don't finish them. I need to finish them. Baby blankets, I finish. Regular blankets, I'm not as good at. Yes, happy belated birthday, Barbara. Heck, for the crochet along calendar, I would even take this year's for next year. Yes, that's true. That's true. And you get 12 patterns in this calendar. Lori says, my boys asked me how I want to celebrate my Mother's Day. Having recently lost my mom, yeah. Heart goes out to you. I can't even imagine. I just choked up and cried when I think about it. I just told them to surprise me. That is so hard. But what good boys you have. What good boys. Vicky says, interesting books. We'll have to check them out. It is amazing how many different names for the same stitch. Yes. Yeah. And if I find more, I'll add them to it. But eventually I will be including like the V stitch or the rope stitch, whatever you want to call it. And the moss stitch. Probably the moss stitch will end up being before the V stitch. But in my stitch shorts, my because I plan on getting more and more complex as I go on. So but the thing is they just won't repeat. Like right now, the stitches that I'm doing, I repeat them a few times. Instead, you'll just show one stitch or a combination of stitches to create this one type of stitch. So Ursula says, Barbara, wow, you have to save all year round to get ready for June, right? For us, it is November, December, and March. November, December, and March are our months. So you guys, it is almost at the end of my this live, which Ambi had some amazing questions. I love that she added her questions in to get to know each other, and then we started talking books. So it was a good live. I love it. Well, I love all my lives, but anyway, I should probably do the drawing soon, right? So just real quick, I'm going to recap what you can and yes, it does go fast. Yes, it does, and which I it's probably why it ends up being 2 hours. Originally, when I did this, I thought it'd be like 30 minutes to an hour because nobody would be here and I wouldn't chat that much. But no, apparently I've got much more of a chatty Cathy in me than I thought. But anyway, let me go ahead and show you guys what you can choose to purchase, or not purchase, I'm sorry, to choose if you win this drawing. And yes, I will send it internationally. So we've got the cows with tractors. These are buttons. Okay, these are also buttons. It's a sewing theme. Oops, almost dropped it. All right, and then we have the unicorn theme. And then we have the big square button. And we have the wooden buttons, a set of 3. We have the tassel. And we have the gauge tool, the measuring gauge tool. And I'm going to let you guys, I know I love the big button. So you guys, I'm going to let you know that there, not this one, but there is coming soon, I think probably starting next week, I am going to have a bracelet like this. This is actually a diffuser bracelet. So you can put oils on it, scent for essential oils, essential oils, like on the stones. It's not going to be black though. It's a lighter color.
1 o'clock.
Oh, see, that's telling me I gotta go. Anyway, that's going to start in next week's. I'm going to have that included in next week's drawing, and then what else? Oh, I'm going to eventually make some stitch markers. Make some stitch markers and include them in the drawings too. So that's all coming eventually. But for now, let's draw for today's drawing. And give me a minute. First things first. Vicky! Yay! Congratulations, Vicky. They do smell really good. And I put on during the day, Vicky, I put on peppermint and eucalyptus for energy. But anyway, yes. So Vicky, congratulations. Yay. So I want you to email me at hookedtotheleft@gmail.com. And let me know your address and everything, and tell me which one of these that you want, which one of these things that you want, and I will Oh, you're going to go feed the men. Okay. Yay. Well, thank you for joining me, Barbara. And you guys, thank you all so very, very much. I really, really appreciate you guys spending your Saturday with me. So you guys have an amazing day. And hopefully I'll see you tonight at Yarn Hookers. It's over at Whippy Chick Crochet today. So yes, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being with me. Bye-bye.